Hi there, Jack here. I thought it might be interesting to show you a bit of the making process behind the models in Judero. Everything in the game is from a real tactile object. I often feel a bit distanced from the art in video games because it's not immediately clear how they were made, and sometimes I feel that the humanity is kept at arm's length. Not everyone knows what a normal map is, or UV mapping, but most people have squished some clay. It starts with modelling clay. Two types, both which dry hard as rock, and are activated by mixing two parts together. First milliput, a slightly cheaper, slightly more fibrous putty, then green stuff, a more plasticky two-part putty. Then, when both have been squished together to activate them, I mix it all together. I find this combo is tough and more workable. It can be smoothed nicely with water, and it's a bit cheaper than just using green stuff. You know, sometimes I know what I'm making. Sometimes I sort of know. Sometimes I just mess about and see what comes out. Either way, making stuff like this gives me more time to think of the other aspects of the scene. What context will this object go in? What will it have to say? What kind of music will go along with it? I paint the model using acrylic paints because it dries quickly. I prime the models with an airbrush, then slap on paint, building up layers of highlights. The most important part of the painting is to have a lot of contrast to make the models clear in the game. It's a bit like theatre makeup in this regard. Once the model is all painted and dry, it's time to animate. With this model, the articulation is done just with a softer plasticine-like clay. I take lots of photos, moving the model very slightly at a time on a blue, black or green background, which can be cut out in the computer. There must be thousands upon thousands of photos in the game. I don't really think about it. It's just magic to see the things come to life. Once the photos are cut out, they're put into the game as billboarded sprites. And that's pretty much that. My studio is a humble affair. I have a wet table for all my models and messy makings. I share my studio with a guy who's never here. I don't know exactly what he does, but he has sacks and sacks and sacks of corn husks. Everything is made on a shoestring, and it might be a bit rudimentary to some, but I think it's awesome. It means things get made. My blue screen, for example, is just a bit of wood I painted blue and some blue bits of paper. I've often been in a bit of a battle with perfectionism, because it more often than not gets in the way of just doing it, getting the job done, making art. Everything is a tactile, real object in the game. Some models use these ball joint things. These are usually more unique models that needed special articulation and movement. A good deal of the characters are simply bastardized action figures I picked up in charity shops. I give them new clothes and new faces, and job's a good 'un. Everything is made in the game. All the scenery, even the ground textures and VFX are made. I have drawers and drawers and drawers of joyful little oddities I either made or repurposed. It's truly been a joy to make it.